Welcome back to Math with Miss Sheehan. We are going to be on page 59 today, so grab your Learn book and you can head there. We're going to be talking more about partitioning or splitting up shapes with lines today, and I think you're going to catch on to it pretty quick. So on number 1, letter A, it says do the shapes in problem 1A show halves or thirds. Okay, so look at all those. Do they show halves, which is how many sections? 2. Or do they show thirds? How many sections would thirds have? 3, right? Okay, so what do you think? Halves, right? So you can take a second and write halves, H-A-L-V-E-S, on the line. Okay, then on letter B, it says draw one more line to partition each shape above into fourths. Okay, so you can add just one more line and that will make them into fourths. I'll show you what mine look like. There you go. Perfect. Now, number 2 says partition, which means make lines, right? Split it up, each rectangle into thirds. Then shade the shapes as indicated. So to split that into thirds, you're going to be adding 2 lines. I did 2 up and down. You can do them side to side if you'd like. Okay, so you're going to do that for all 3 shapes. And then it says at the bottom how much you should fill in. So the first one says 3/3. So how many should you color in? 3. Good. The second one says 2/3. How much should you color in? 2. And the last one says 1/3. How much should you color in? 1. Okay? If you need to, you can pause this. This is what yours should look like. Great. All right, and for number 3, you're going to do just about the same thing. So it says partition, split apart, each circle into fourths. How many parts would that be? 4. Okay, so do that for all of them. So you'll probably have 1 up and down, 1 side to side. That will have 4 equal parts. And then it says shade the shapes as indicated. So that means it will tell you how many to color in. So the first one says 4/4. How many are you going to color in? 4. Second one, 3/4. How many are you going to color in? 3. 2/4. 2. Guess the last one. 1/4. 1. Think you can handle it? I knew you could. Then once you're done, whoop, flip the page to page 60. Page 60 says partition, aka split or draw lines, to shade the following shapes as indicated. Each rectangle or circle is one whole. So if you fill in the whole thing, that means you filled in the whole thing. Great. Okay, 1/4. So if it says fourth, how many different areas do you have to split it up into? 4. And then you're going to color 1/4. Okay? So you can do the same thing for 1/3, 1/2, 2/4, 2/3, 2/2, 3/4, 3/3, 3/2. And where it says on number 5, I'll read that to you. It says split the pizza below so that Maria, Paul, Josie, and Mark each have an equal share. So think about how many people is that? 4, right? So if they each have an equal share, an equal number of slices, how many should you probably split it up into? 4 spots, right? Then you can do an M for Maria, P for Paul, J for Jose, and M for Mark. And then it says, what fraction of the pizza was eaten by each of the boys? Well, that would be what? How much did each person eat? 1/4. And what fraction of the pizza did the boys eat all together? So the boys, there was only 3 boys, right? There's 1 girl. So think about how many fourths that would be. There's 3 boys out of 4 pieces. 3 fourths. Oh no, I think I just gave you the answer. Whew. Okay, once you're done, you can head to page 65. I will read our problem solver for today. This one says Jacob collected 70 baseball cards. He gave half of them to his brother. Sammy, how many baseball cards does Jacob have left? So this is what I would do for you, okay? I would write the number 70 at the top and 2 lines like a little arrow, and one section would be for Jacob and one section would be for Sammy. And then I would just kind of give them some. So from 70, I would say, okay, 10 goes over here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then I'd split apart that 10, so there's 5 on each side, okay? You see, how many baseball cards does Jacob have left? Once you're done, you can do a little bit of freckle, zern, or extra math, and I forgot, I have one extra thing for you. It's a little challenge. Okay, so this isn't in your book, but I think you can handle it. Okay, do you remember when we were talking about our greater than, less than, and equal to? Like how the alligator likes to eat the big number? Well, did you know you could do the same thing with fractions? I know. So here are 2 fractions, and we're going to see which one is bigger. And actually, you could probably tell right now, but what fraction is this right here? There's 1 shaded out of 1, 2, 3, 4. What would we call that? 1/4, right? So I'm going to put just below it 1/4. Remember this one, there we go. The top number is the numerator. I kind of think of it as the upstairs. And the 4 is the denominator. I think of it as the downstairs. Okay, now if you look over here, what fraction do I have there? How many are shaded? 1 out of how many in total? 2. We would say 1/2, right? So, looking at this, which one of these has a bigger amount? 1/2, right? So, all I would have to do is go like that. And I could say 1/2 is greater than 1/4. Awesome. Should we do one more? Okay. This one, it might take me a second to draw it. That's fine, right? We've got nothing but time. So this one is going to be 1/3. You can draw this on your own if you'd like. And then I'm going to have 5/6. The trickiest part with this is making them all look equal, right? What did I say? 5/6? Okay. Okay, so here it is. I have 1/3 because 1 is shaded or colored in out of 1, 2, 3. And then over here, I have 5 shaded in or colored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6. Now looking at this, what would you say? Which one would that alligator want to eat? Would they want to eat 1/3 of a brownie or 5/6? What do you think? 5/6, right? Especially if they like chocolate. So we're going to have our alligator eating this side. Whoopsie. There we go. And we would say, we'd start over here and we say 1/3 is less than 5/6 because this one's the bigger one, right? Awesome. Great work today. All right, we'll see you again tomorrow.